Hi, my name is Christelle, and this is Untethered Love. Scorpio, welcome to your reading. As I've stated before in my previous videos, this reading did start off on TikTok, so if you're coming over from there, hello. And yeah, let's just get into these cards. So the two goddesses that came out for you, Scorpio, are Mami Kumba Bang, Speak Up, and Abol Nimba, Harvest. The three cards you got for your past, present, and future are Two of Diamonds, Ace of Diamonds, and the Jack of Spades. So, my lovely Scorpios, I'm going to talk a little bit about the astrology that you've got going on right now. So currently you have Mars and Venus in your 10th house. You've got all this Taurus energy with Jupiter and Uranus in your 7th house. The sun is lighting up your 8th. Saturn, I believe, is in your 5th. So there's a lot of interacting with the outside world right now, or that's at least what the energy is trying to draw out of you. Now, as a Scorpio, you probably you may or may not feel comfortable in the spotlight. What's funny is that I tried to record this reading last week, and you got a card that was similar or the same card as Taurus got. I couldn't finish that reading because of other things. But in the Taurus reading, it was calling Taurus to step out and shine their light. And I feel like you have a similar message for you, so that Taurus, Scorpio, mirroring reflection energy is definitely happening for you guys, where that both of you are being called to step forward. At the bottom of the deck with these cards was the Truth card. And if you see here, it is like a reflection. So people who have very Taurus energy right now, you may be drawn to them, or they're just appearing in your life, and they have you both, your interactions with one another, you are learning from one another. There's a lot to learn, and you're going to continue to be learning from this Taurus energy with Uranus and Jupiter there. You're also going to be learning a lot about intimacy. You may be in some sort of partnership or relationship with a Taurus, with the Sun and Gemini coming into your 8th house. It's going to illuminate a lot of your fears around intimacy, around close connection, around being vulnerable. Yeah. But right now with this energy in your 10th house, it's going to be a really great time to kind of shine your light, speak up, and share what you have been working on. Like I said on my TikTok, with this Two of Diamonds and this Harvest card here, you see how everything is just thrown up in the air? And in the typical Rider-Waite, the Two of Clubs is this guy, or not the Two of Clubs, the Two of Pentacles is this person juggling two pentacles, and then there's this ocean with waves coming in the back. So you may have felt like you were juggling a lot of parts of yourself, moving parts within the projects that you are engaging in. You might have found it very hard to balance like work and home life and pleasure and personal self-care. It might have felt like a lot. And so you feel like you're in this constant juggling act. And because of that, you may feel, one, a little confused. So a little disjointed, a little confused. And two, whatever process you have been taking to create whatever you're creating, whether it is building your career, you have creative projects, you're working on your home life, building up the home, whatever it may be. Because there's so many parts and you're doing so many things, there may be this confusion, and then also feeling like, because you're naturally like you're a fixed sign, because things have not necessarily progressively gone in this linear way, you may feel like the things that you've been working on aren't quite right, aren't worthy of being seen or shown to the public. But like, that's not how you got to the destination. Is not the only thing that determines the quality of what you have produced. It has contributed to it, yes, but just because it looks messy doesn't mean what you are presenting to us is not worthy or valuable or perfect. It just might be absolutely perfect. You may be feeling really shy right now and like just not wanting to share. But in order to receive, you must give. You can't receive with closed fists. And this, I personally have been receiving that message lately. But if you look at these two cards, one of them, there's a row of closed fists in the background, and the other one has her two hands open. There's a need to understand when to give and when to receive. Lately, when I've been meditating with one palm open, the right palm open, and the left palm down on my knees like this. So it's like I'm giving to myself, but I'm also willing to receive. Think of it that way, that this balancing of reciprocity. And the more you give, the more you're able to receive. Like the fists are closed here, but look at this like beautiful array of fruits and veggies to receive. Yeah. So in the past, you have this Two of Diamonds. In the present, you have the Ace of Diamonds. There is this coming together, this unifying of all that you have been doing, coming to this singular moment, this singular point, this maybe even like opportunity, like you've been doing all these other things and then they've all accumulated to come into this one really great opportunity. But it requires you to be open, and it requires you to really use that throat chakra, because in the future we have the Jack of Spades, which would be like the Knight of Swords in tarot. And then with the Speak Up card as well, there's a need for you to share your journey, share your thoughts, opinions, whatever the case may be. And this requires an immense amount of emotional vulnerability, because at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Hearts. This is real. This is spiritual mastery. This is emotional mastery. You've been putting in a lot of work. On my TikTok, I had stated, while I was shuffling these cards, there were a few bees that came up to my door here on the patio. And I've been sitting here all day. There weren't any bees. And then when I started shuffling, like 4 or 5 bees flew up to the door. And so you guys have been busy bees putting in that work. And that work has really fortified you spiritually, emotionally. And so if you're feeling scared to be vulnerable, to share, know that you have the internal and spiritual strength to combat any negativity, critique, judgment that you may receive from sharing yourself. So we're going to open this up a little more with some tarot. What does the collective of Scorpio need to hear right now? What does the collective of Scorpio need to hear right now for their highest good and the good of all those around them? Have some fun too. With this Harvest card, her hands are up and these like 3 little women, 3 dolls, they're like dancing, and all these drums. If you're feeling ungrounded or confused, dancing will help. Dancing and moving your body. If you feel awkward about dancing, literally just lock yourself in your room by yourself and go wild. Listening to music with drums. If you really don't feel comfortable dancing, doing things like stomping your feet, pounding your chest, anything that's rhythmic will help. And it'll also help with your expression to just loosen up your body. Nutrition is also important at this time. I don't know, the fruits in both of these cards just jumped out to me. The bowls of fruit and veggies. And currently, yeah, your 6th house is in Aries, and we have Chiron there and the North Node there. And the 6th house has to do with our health. So being mindful of what you consume, and I will say like consume in terms of like media, but also the food that you eat. And again, moving your body. Look, Knight of Swords is here again. There might be some like news coming in, like some important information coming in for you as well. Some good news. What does Scorpio need to hear for their highest good? Abundance is coming. Abundance is here. Yeah, y'all been working. I want to say y'all have been working in the home, particularly, or something having to do with your home life. And 3. I really should shuffle before I do this. Yeah, Taurus energy is definitely hella active for you right now. Fours are significant for sure. We've got most of the fours out here. At the center of the reading, you are the Hierophant. What crosses you is the Sun card. Grounding this energy is the Four of Cups. In the past, we have the Knight of Cups. Overarching, we have the Nine of Wands. In the near future, we have the Queen of Cups. More of your energy is the Four of Swords. External influences are the Emperor. Your advice is the Fool. And the future outcome is King of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Pentacles. Fixed. Fixed water. That is what you are. And that is a beautiful thing. But also, being so fixed, how much does that allow you to grow? Being fixed in your ways, how much does that allow you to receive, to experience excitement, to experience novelty? Fixed. Four is also a number of Jupiter. So there is a growth. You really are going to be going through a really beautiful growth cycle. But you are very hung up on what you believe to be true, what it is. And that's like, you have a certain like core beliefs, and you're gonna stick to it, which is really great, usually. But I want you to ask yourself, is there any way that you can find a way to soften that ground, that solid ground that you have built, that solid ground that you have built? Is there any way that you can kind of just break it up a little bit, just a little bit, to, it's almost as if like when you're like planting seeds, you're not supposed to like pack the dirt onto the seed and like really pack it in. If you're putting it in a pot, you're not supposed to pack and pile on this dirt onto the seed. The seed is actually, well, depending on the plant, it's supposed to be pretty close to the surface of the earth. And you're supposed to kind of just like sprinkle it there, so that when you water it and it's ready to like crack out of the shell and sprout forward, there's not it doesn't have to there's not so much resistance for it to sprout out of the ground. So don't, I'm just getting this imagery of just like compression, like you're really compressing, doubling down on something. You got the four of cups, Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Emperor card. And there's a real fear of being vulnerable, a real fear of being seen. and kind of just like not allowing joy to come through, not allowing yourself to be in the sun. Scorpio does rule the underworld, and I know you guys tend to like darker not all of you, but there is a tendency, a proclivity, is that the right word? I don't know, towards the darkness, and the darkness is very much necessary. I love being in the dark, and there is a power there, but balance. You can't always be in the dark, and it is your time to shine, my love. Like I said, there is the Mars and Venus are in your 10th house. And there's something that you are not seeing, kind of being so stuck in your ways, you're not seeing something. And if you are feeling very nervous about being out in the world, what would really help is to sleep, is to rest. Can I get clarity on the Hierophant card? Clarity on the Hierophant. Yeah, like I said before, you've been putting in a lot of work, and you've been trying to be patient as possible. Really be patient with the seeds that you have planted and wanting them to sprout forward. There's a need to believe that whatever you want is possible, that whatever seeds you have planted is possible. I think you may be very guarded with Jupiter and Uranus coming into your 7th house, or Uranus has been there for a while. Because Uranus has been there for a while, the relationships that have been coming into your life may have felt very erratic. People come in, they come out, and you might have felt like, well, I thought they would be here longer, or that was a really weird interaction, and things might felt kind of shaky in your relationships, like you're wanting to have people come in, but you're kind of guarded, maybe they're guarded, things are misconstrued, so like things don't ever actually blossom into anything. And then clarifying this Sun card is the 3 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. It's possible for you to have, again, another 4. I think all the 4s are out here. It's possible for you to have these partnerships, these relationships, these friendships, but it requires vulnerability. I know it's icky. It's like ugh. But I think you are a water sign. You have great, aside from like, yeah, all 3 water signs have like really some of the greatest capacity for love and experiencing just like the most profound emotions and like partnerships and relationships. And so, yeah, that it is possible for you. It's there, but you're guarded. You're guarding your emotions. But in the future position, we have this Queen of Cups here. So you're going to receive the emotions, receive them. Can I get clarity on the Queen? Ooh, on the Queen of Cups. So stubborn. Taurus gets a bad rap for being stubborn, but you're You just as bad. Taurus is your shadow. Can I click clarity on? Okay. Can I get clarity? Hearts are jumping for you. Can I get clarity on the Emperor? Can I get clarity? Aw. Can I get clarity on the Fool? Open up. Stop. No, seriously though. I know. It's really hard to open up, especially if you've been through a lot of pain. You may have lost some people who are very important to you, whether that be through just like breakups, through friendship breakups, through actual like someone has transitioned over, and there can be like a lot of grief, and I think you have gone through a great bit of loss, and like I'm getting like a little emotional right now. Yeah, it could be hard. This world, ugh, it will put you through the motherfucking ringer. And yeah, even as I'm like shuffling, these three came out. But look how beautiful that, like you have this Five of Cups. But then we got the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. The extent in which you have descended into the underworld, into the depths of your soul and the darkest and grossest and most depressing parts of this life you have experienced. Just as deeply and depressing as that has been, the opposite is also possible for you. The pinnacle of love, the overflowing expression of love and joy and laughter, and laughing so hard that you cry, that is possible for you. But it does require belief. Jupiter in the 7th, it does require belief that it can happen. Yeah, and then the Two of Cups just keeps wanting to fall. People are coming in. Can I get clarity on the King of Swords? These two, okay, I think this was clarity for the King of Swords. The Two of Cups and because these just popped out again. Options. Passionate options. So in the recent future, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Page of Swords, and the World. There is a lot that can come in. You will be receiving a lot of information that may make you want to retreat, go into your shell. You may be feeling like you're just getting a lot of things from a lot of places, and it's gonna want you to go into that hermit mode. I will say go into that hermit mode if you feel like you need to, but don't stay there. And then like we all need that time. And if you really have been going through a great deal of loss, take your time to grieve, to heal, to come to terms with, to make peace with whatever heartache that you've been going through. But Don't make that your home. In the outside influence, I said before, the Emperor card, which is clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Cups. I feel like there's some like fun people coming into your life. People you can have fun with, people who you can express yourself with. People who are grounded and like committed. Not only are they very passionate and creative and sexy and beautiful within their own rights, with the Queen of Wands here, but they're stable. They are consistent. They are people that you can rely on. You may have had situations which this distrust or guardedness that you are currently, that energy that you're currently in, is because people may have been very wishy-washy, and as a Scorpio, you don't fuck with that shit. So the people that are coming in are stable, have their own, are people who embody that Emperor energy within their lives. And so they're only going to contribute to this Ten of Cups. Your advice was the Fool and was clarified by the King of Cups. This is the second time the King of Cups has come out. First it was the King of Hearts. And now we got the King of Cups here. Take the chance. Jump off the cliff. Be vulnerable. That is what allows you. You can't receive with closed fists. You can't receive with a closed heart. And then we got the King of Swords. I think all of the trials and tribulations that you have gone through, this like love and loss, feeling, whether it be betrayed, depressed, trapped, all of the feelings, this entire journey, wacky, crazy, unpredictable journey, has led you to know exactly what you want. It's kind of like you have to experience, a lot of us have to experience the opposite of what we want to know exactly what we do want. And in this knowing exactly what you do want, you're going to realize that you have options, passionate options, options that warm you up. And you can really leave behind this five of, and all of these, 5, the Ace and the 2, that's 8 of Cups. So this leaving behind of this way you used to emotionally react, or the way you might have like, kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like fester, just rummage in like I can't think of the word. Why is it leaving me right now? Whatever. When you stay in an emotion for too long and you're just sitting in it, stewing in it, leaving that like stewing in your emotions and being able to walk away, 8 of Cups, from that, to get to this place of options and partnership and just this overflowing, this overflowing cup. It's possible, baby. All right. I don't want this to be too long. It's probably already too long. All of the videos I've made have been too long. I've got to create a new system. But we're going to get some oracle cards to clarify. I haven't used this one here, the True Love reading. But I feel like this is a love reading. So we're going to use these cards. What advice do you have for Scorpio spirit? What advice? See? All right. Okay. Should I take these? They just popped out. There's a lot of cards. I'm gonna just keep them right here, but we won't use them all. And what else do I want to use? Let's use this. Scorpio. It's all right. It's gonna be a hot girl summer. And I say this is because, like, and you're gonna be able to like create or use a lot of your creative sexual energy with the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands, and then the creativity and compatibility came out here. So the people that are coming in are gonna feel like a yin to your yang. And within that pile of cards that just popped out, a whole bunch of them were like, we got abundance, divine feminine, divine masculine, manifestation, soulmates, and worthiness. But we also got the distorted feminine. So with you being the Scorpio, do not emotionally manipulate. Don't try to manipulate the situation. Whoever approaches you, whatever people, whether that be friendship or business partnership or relationship, what device does Scorpio need? Whatever, whoever is coming into your life, be yourself. Be yourself. That is what will attract people who are truly compatible with you. If you are manipulating emotionally, whether that be consciously or unconsciously, because we all do it, we all have the capacity to manipulate, and we all do it from time to time. If you are manipulating a situation, you're not getting the authentic experience. So you don't actually know if someone is authentically compatible with you. So be vulnerable, be present, be yourself. The other two cards that came up are spiritual maturity and inner peace. So yeah, when here with like this hermit that came out earlier, and the Four of Swords, if you need to like go inward, do that. Take your time. All right, I'm gonna hurry up and wrap this up. So the two cards that came out for you are Bronzite and Green Aventurine. Yeah. Bronzite was first, so let's read that. Bronzite. Essential meaning: loyalty, trust, steadfastness, self-respect, trusting that the conscious universe has your back. Gotta trust, be a little vulnerable. I'm gonna read the relationship message because I think this is a relationship reading. Even if you have been betrayed in the past, you can heal the sting by extending trust again, as challenging as that may be. Bronzite spirit reminds you that this time, however, you are much wiser and stronger. You are much wiser and stronger. I lost my place. Much more mindful of the signs that signal you need to step back and nurture yourself. Being true to another is an expression of the beauty of the divine, and you have this capacity. Your loyalty and steadfastness will be rewarded by the conscious universe, perhaps in ways that you don't expect. Be true to yourself, knowing that a loving, respectful relationship with yourself lays the groundwork for a loving, respectful relationship with another. Remember, you are always protected when divinely directed. Yeah. Isn't that what I just said? Green Aventurine. All right. Luck, good fortune, potential, possibility, new opportunities. Beyond what the eye can see lies a field of infinite possibilities. The field where the 13th century poet Rumi asked his lover to meet him. Green Aventurine Spirit calls you to recognize that there is no end to the number of people who will come into your life, offering loving support and acceptance. So never settle for less than you deserve. The conscious universe is always sending new opportunities for expecting love, and makes sure that there are many fish in the sea, along with all manner of creatures, starfish, dolphins. You get the point. Open to possibility, and the love you seek will show up for you. I'm going to read the other part of the message too. Possibilities for experiencing your soul Possibilities for experiences your soul craves are everywhere, offering new opportunities to help you find your purpose. The gate to the field of infinite potential is always open, for the conscious universe wants you to enjoy the bounty that exists in the realm of possibility and bring it into form through the power of co-creation. Cast fears and regrets aside, says Green Aventurine Spirit, for you are much loved, and the conscious universe wants to give you all that you desire. The universe is always dreaming up of new ways to bring you what you need and help you experience well-being, joy, and fulfillment. All right, Scorpio. I hope this was helpful. Okay, we're gonna rewind. At the bottom of the deck, I do want to say this was turquoise, and this card has to do with reframing the stories that we tell ourselves. If you are feeling very guarded, like, oh, nothing ever works out for me, or people betray me, or I betray myself, I can't trust my intuition, whatever, stories. Reframe them. Reframe the stories. That will allow you to step out of this hermit, out of the underworld, and really allow yourself to shine. And okay, that's the final message. I hope you enjoyed the Scorpio. Enjoy Gemini season. Get a little spicy. Be out here. Wear the color red and let your beautiful Scorpio-ness shine, because the world needs to see it. And okay, love you. Bye. Oh, if you'd like a personal reading, check below. All right, bye.